I couldn't process it. It was complete overload. My main thought was, ugh, gross. What is happening? This is nasty. Like, why is that old man naked? I can see his, like, everything. There's like a wizard. He had this gnarled staff and this beard down to his belly button, like a wizard hat, completely butt naked. Just walking around without a care in the world. Shambhala was the turning point. It's the best place in the universe. It's a music festival that takes place for 1 week every July up in the mountains and woods of British Columbia. Just God's country. Unbelievably beautiful. There's a river that flows right through the music festival, so you can commune with nature and just feel completely free, connected both to humanity and nature at the same time. Just a beautiful place.
What was it that brought you to Shambhala in the first place?
I was having a really tough time dealing with the situation I was in for many reasons. So I show up, and the first thing I see in the woods are these searchlights just everywhere, like the whole horizon, basically. Maybe not the whole horizon, but as far as I could tell, searchlights. And I was like, holy crap, what is going on here? And I mean, we can do the whole sham story, I guess. Let's launch into it. Maybe my favorite story of all time. So I pull in, and there's hundreds and hundreds of cars, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is way bigger than I thought it was going to be. And Shambhala is small for a music festival. It's actually very small. But to someone who's never been to anything like that before, I had never been to maybe literally one concert of any genre in my entire life. That's because I worked at, I saw the Boss Tones. I saw the Boss Tones one time with a crowd of like 100 people for like 30 minutes. That was it. So I show up and I make it through security, and I parked my car, and all I have is like, I packed in like 10 minutes. So I have like my wife's backpacking tent that's big enough for literally one person, and like an extra pair of socks, and I'm wearing cargo shorts and a polo shirt because I had like come from work. And that's it. That's all I had. So I dragged my it's like 1 a.m. Friday night. So I got in so late. And Friday night is like, people have been partying for I didn't know this, but people have been partying for 4 days at this point. Friday night. It's going off. Yeah. So I drag all my stuff in there, and I had looked online. I Googled, if I go to Shambhala alone, what should I do? What are some tips? And the number one tip was, if you're going alone, find this camp called Stranger Danger. And if you find this camp, everyone in Stranger Danger first went to Shambhala alone, every single person. And if you find them, you won't be alone. So I was asking people, where's Stranger? I'm like wandering around in the middle of the night. And the people that I was running into were blowing my mind. Like the festival coats, the crazy outfits. Some people were naked. They're literally just butt naked people walking around without a care. Crazy costumes, lights, totems.
What were some of like the craziest totems or things?
I don't know. I couldn't even process it. It was like landing on an alien. Like it seems so, commonplace to you. I literally couldn't even contextualize it. I couldn't process it. It was complete overload. My main thought was, ugh, gross. What is happening? Why would anyone? This is nasty. Like, why is that old man naked? I can see his like, it's everything. I've seen everything. There's like a wizard. There's like he had this gnarled staff and this beard down to his belly button, like a wizard hat, completely butt naked, just walking around without a care in the world. So, and then I walked past the Village stage, which is now my favorite stage. It's one of the many music stages they have at Shambhala. It's called the Village. And the music was so unbelievably loud, and it just sounded like white noise to me. It was just like... And I couldn't even get near it. I couldn't even get near the entrance. It was just overwhelming. And there was so many lights and lasers going on in there. Couldn't process it. So I just kept walking. I found Stranger Danger. It was Friday night. People get there on Tuesday to find the best camping spots. So I'm trying to like figure out where to put my little backpacking tent and I ended up putting it in the middle of a path by accident. I didn't realize this, but I put it in the path. And my first little taste of the Shambhala magic was I'm struggling to get my tent up, and I'm trying to use like my phone light. And this guy came over and he's like, "Hey man, how you doing? Is this your first time?" I was like, "Yeah, I don't. I'm just trying to get, if I want to go sleep, I don't know." And he was like, "It's okay, man. Just take a minute. You're here. Everything's gonna be great. Here, take a headlamp. I have an extra." And he gave me a headlamp.
Mm.
And he was like, he helped me set up my tent, every little detail. He helped me unpack all my stuff. He was all organized. And he was like, "All right, you good, man? Do you think you're gonna go to sleep?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think I'm not sure what I'm gonna do." He's like, "All right, well, have a good night. Happy shams." And then he left. He was so nice to me. And he let me keep the headlamp. It was
Mm.
great. Um, I think I did sleep because I didn't want to go anywhere near whatever the madness that was happening out there.
Mm-hmm.
I think I did go to sleep. And then I woke up. I was like all hot and sweaty. I was in the path. So I get out of my tent and there's like people like walking by, like not so nicely, like kicking my tent out of the way. Like, "You're in the path, bro." So I literally just put all my stuff in a pile, and because it was all disposable. I didn't bring anything that I needed. So I just shoved it all like under a tree and headed out into the festival to see what was, it was like 11 in the morning. And I walk out onto the main path, and I'm walking back toward where the stages are. And this is the second moment where my mind kind of went like, "Oh, okay." Uh, a conga line, not a conga line, but a line of people holding hands and weaving across the path was coming down toward me. It was at least 100 people.
Wow.
Every single one of them was completely naked. I swear to God, butt ass naked, holding hands, and they're just dancing, skipping down the lane. And I had to stand still for like a minute while they went around me, and I was actually annoyed. I was and I was all grumpy. I had my rumpled polo shirt and my khakis. I had these sunglasses, these like military style sunglasses on. Um, the guy looked completely out of place. And then one of the last, I'm just sitting there grumpy. I was like, and at the time, like my divorce was in full swing and all this stuff.
Mm.
I was in a mental crisis, basically. Like my entire life was falling apart, which is, I guess, one of the reasons I went there looking for something. Uh, and I'm just looking like, get out of my way. I just want to like go get some water. And one of the last people in the line, she was this young woman with braids, and she looked me right in the eyes as she went by, and she said, "You are loved as well."
Mm.
And then she was gone, along with the other 100 naked people she was holding hands with. And that sort of flipped another switch. I was like, no one had ever said that to me that I wasn't like
Mm.
in a relationship with. And she was just so free with it, and she was sincere. And let's see. Then it gets a little jumbled. I know that I went around and everyone thought I was a cop. Uh, like literally every single person I talked to, they're like hiding their stuff, and they're like, "Are you a cop?" And there aren't cops at Shams because everything is decriminalized in British Columbia. So there aren't any rules like other festivals. It's as long as you don't like stab somebody, like they don't care at all what you do. But still, it's like, "What's this guy? He's a cop." And even in the camp. So I eventually I walked around, checked out some of the stages. There's not really music during the day, so it wasn't as loud. It's so beautiful. I went down to the river. Okay, so the final moment that really blew it open for me was I went down to the river, and there's just hundreds and hundreds of people in this beautiful vista, and they're laughing and playing and jumping in the water, and fully 50% of them were completely nude. Uh,
Mm.
and then there was a music deck on the river, and this guy was playing some beats, and uh, at one point he paused the music, and he was like, "Hey everybody, I want to dedicate this set to my friend James. He passed away last week, and I tried to keep coming him. Tried to keep asking him to come to this festival, but he never did. And now he's gone. And I just want everyone to remember that remember how lucky we are. Not everyone gets to experience this and just treasure this moment. And I did. I felt at this moment like this is what life should be. This humanity in complete peace and love and joy out in the woods is so, so beautiful. And I cried. I sat there for an hour. I still, every, when I go back to Shams, I find the exact spot that I was sitting on. It's like this little hillock over the river, and I sit in the same spot. Yeah. And yeah, that was it. Everything else was really fun, but that was really like, that was the third step that blew it open for me. Never looked
Yeah.
back.